I made a post a couple of days ago when I confirmed that you were going to be on the show, and I told my friends that I was going to be interviewing Alex Goma, and a friend of mine who happened to work where you were MD not so long ago said I should thank you that you, when you came into that company, you were able to eradicate the junior canteen and senior canteen, and you merged everybody together, and it helped them to aspire to get better.
A couple of things first,
Yeah.
okay? I didn't eradicate, I pushed for it, okay?
pushed
So
for
the
it.
business
Accepted it.
eradicated it. So
Okay.
it was collective effort by people, a couple of people in the leadership for that to happen. Now, why did I do that? I said very simply, it's about consistency with the values of the company, right?
Okay.
We say we respect each other, all right? We treat each other with respect, irrespective of status. And there are very simple ways of doing that. And that was one of the ways. The second thing was, how do you create access? It's like the same thing about first name basis, right? So the whole idea was that if I am in my office, stuck on the third floor in one corner, and junior people cannot find it easy to come to speak to you because there are gatekeepers along the way, where will they have the opportunity for you to interact, right? Sometimes it's to share a concern, sometimes it's even to give feedback, right? Sometimes it's just to have a laugh that actually allows them to say, okay, I can have access to this person, they can share their concerns. It also helps you to get things that you can actually put back into the company in terms of, okay, we might be getting this thing wrong. Because if you don't get feedback, you might not know whether you're doing well. So I think it's important for every organization to be as open as possible. Now, being open doesn't mean that you don't have different responsibilities. Like I tell people, look, the difference in our responsibilities is shown in how much I'm paid and how much you're paid, right? And what you bring. But the rest, the environment, we all work for one organization. Therefore, we should try to create the environment that allows all. So for the ones who are more senior, they can actually serve as role models and mentor and show the kind of behaviors that the younger ones can aspire to. For the younger ones to also see and demystify leadership, right? So that they can see that it is accessible, and these are the things you need to do if you aspire to get leadership. So basically what you try to do at the end of the day is to create a leadership culture across the organization. And for that to happen, it means everyone, first of all, has to look at himself with dignity and pride. And that's what you do. So when you create those kind of opportunities, you allow people to start to see themselves with dignity. If the environment is not right, people will tend to react to the environment, right? If the environment is full of crap, offices are bad, people will carry that along themselves. They will have this feeling of a lack of pride, or the place I work for. No. You've got to give them a sense of pride. They've got to look forward to the environment.
But does it not help? Does it not affect the fact that they see you too much and then they begin to take you for granted because they have access to you?
The access to you doesn't mean that you cannot hold people to account. Right? So that it's about behavior, and that's what you're trying to build, right? That respect for each other means that you also do what is expected. Respect for your colleague means that if I'm supposed to offer something to him that will help him complete his job, then I have to do that, right? So it's not that I take my colleague for granted. You calling up your colleague and holding him to account for what he has not delivered is also showing respect for the organization. So you're not bitching on your co-worker, or you're not snitching on him. No, you are holding somebody to account for something he's got to be dealing with. Now, we've got to be able to deal with that. The fact that you go out with your boss or you're free doesn't mean that you don't have delivery. I used to have an MD in one of my previous roles, and you know what? He could take you out after work till 5:30 a.m.
AM,
yes.
Oh, wow.
Right?
And
by 7:30 a.m., he's in his office. And he will come and check your office by 8 o'clock. whether you're in or not. God bless you that you're not in. You cannot use the fact that you went out with him and you got back by
But
5:30.
what would he have done if you had denied, if you had not
It's up to you. So
accepted
you can choose to say, I don't want to go. Now, there are pros, there are cons. Sometimes, okay, in wanting to go, right, you probably might be exposed because in a lighter mood, you might learn one or two things.
Yeah.
You've also got to have the courage and the character to say, I've had enough. You know, some people cannot sit and feel that I must do everything the boss. Sorry, no, I don't do this. Oh, everybody's drinking champagne. No, I will ask for a bottle of beer. Why? I said, that's what I want. Right? And everybody's, no, I said, no, I want a bottle of beer. I don't want to drink champagne. That's what I want. Okay. Right? So you've got to be able to stand for what you believe in. And sometimes those kind of interactions help you, and they help you balance and draw the line. So it's an informal way of coaching as well, because you also start to learn, okay, how do I read people? How do I interpret? What exactly? There are lots of decisions sometimes in a lot of businesses that are not taken during office hours and in the office building.
Wow.